And I smile. Because if the most correct thing in the world looks wrong, the only thing you can do is to smile. Bessie runs further, straight ahead into the fields, as if she's hunting something. I shout her name, but really, I don't care. Bessie is somewhere in the wet mud, but I can only look up at the wrong Orion. Orion has 7 stars. 3 in a line diagonally from the horizon, and a very vivid square of 4 stars is arranged around those 3, locking those 3 into an imaginary square. But Bessie runs somewhere in the mud, and all I can look at is the wrong Orion. The Orion with 4 stars in the center. And the 4th star, every time I raise my head against the cold, looks wrong. It's not a shooting star. Bessie brings me a stick. I grab the stick, wet and cold, and I throw it away. She runs after it, but I don't look at her. I look back up. The 4th star, it's not just there, in Orion and in place, it's moved away from the other 3. It's not a shooting star. Shooting stars leave a trail. Bessie makes a strange noise, not much different from a human's coughing laugh. I have to smile, and yet I look up, and I'm pretty sure I just saw the 4th star move. For years, I loved Orion. Orion because it's always there, and it's always easy to spot, and it's always those 3 stars in a line, and then those 4 stars in a square around those 3. And now I hate Orion because Orion had a 4th star a minute ago, and now that 4th star is outside that strange imaginary square. That 4th star has definitely moved. Bessie is back, panting and with the dog equivalent of a huge grin on her face. I wrestle the stick out of her mouth, but I don't look at her. I just look up at the moving 4th star. And while I throw my stick, my body moves, and still I'm pretty sure that that 4th star just took a leap, it took a jump, crossed the equivalent of 5 light years on the sky, in the direction of the horizon. And it's bigger. Isn't it? Oh, just my imagination. Look away. Look at Bessie. Don't look at the sky. Don't look at Orion. Bessie is chewing on that stick while she walks back to me. I smile at her, and I'm pretty sure something in the sky glows far too bright. I smile at her. A silent explosion in the sky? Bessie rubs against my leg, and I rub her soft, long golden fur. Good dog. Good girl. Give me the stick. My arm swings to stick away, and Bessie runs, and that flash of light lasts far too long for an explosion. I watch as Bessie runs, and a bright light smashes down from the sky, right into the ground, not a mile away from us. Bessie grabs the stick and looks up towards the bright red and yellow and white lights that sets the horizon on fire, and she runs towards me, but I don't look at her because in that flash of light, I see movement. There's at least 5 or 6 shadows, dark and high as trees, but they move. The flash of light disappears. I hear a dull, rough sound of stone smashing on stone, and those shadows are still there, dark against dark, running. 2 of them are running towards us. I scream Bessie's name. She's just a few steps to my right. A thundering noise like strong wind that blows straight into my ears. I feel the rush of wind. That thing ran past me, dark and thin, like a 20-foot locust running on its hind legs with long gaits. That thing ran towards the town. I duck. Bessie comes back to me, whining. She's limping. Her right leg up in the air, as if it's broken. Fuck, I say. She rubs against my leg, and if she'd been a human, she'd have tears in her eyes. She even left her stick on that field. I lift the whining, soft, golden Bessie in my arms and turn around. The town is there, bright as ever. That shadow, it has disappeared between the houses, just my imagination. Fuck, I say, because that mud path in front of us has a hole in it that wasn't there before. We walk back. Bessie whines, and I tumble quietly towards the houses. Houses, quiet and calm and bright as always. But I hold my best friend for many years in my arms, and above us I see Orion, with 3 stars in the center, and now Orion with 3 stars in the center seems wrong. I'm pretty sure the shape of that house has changed. But I look away because that's what you do. I look at Bessie, her trusting face with the tongue hanging out, whining, and that leg flat in a way that it shouldn't be. Fuck, I say, and I walk towards the town with my eyes to the ground, but I'm pretty sure that house moved. Today, we went to the vet for Bessie. I sit in the waiting room. He says he will have to cut off her hind leg. That doesn't ring in my mind. Even as I think of her face and her tongue on my hands and neck, I can only look at the headline. Unidentified rowdies smashing backyards and cars and pushing over an empty bus. I don't dare to grab the newspaper. My hands are too cold and stiff. And all I can see is Orion, with 3 or 4 stars. I'm not even sure anymore.